YouTube, what's going on? We got another tutorial for you guys. Real quick, I want to let you guys know I will be in Long Beach in California for ISSC this weekend. It's one of the biggest events in the West Coast, if not the biggest event in the West Coast. It's my first time going, but I'm excited to be there and meet you all, whoever's going to be attending. With that being said, let's go ahead and start this consultation, man. Let's not even waste no time. What's good, Manny? How you doing, bro?
Chilling, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out, man. Barber student, all the way from Newport Richie, about 40 minutes from here. Yeah. Thank you so much for booking this appointment. What are you getting done today?
Highball taper, with 3 on the sides.
Highball taper, three on the side, all the way around. You want the back high as well?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're lining up the front. And then are you doing your beard? You want to lower it down at all? Or?
Just like tapered in and then lined up.
Taper it in and line it up. All right, bro, let's do it. Appreciate you again for coming through. YouTube, what's going on, man? It's been a day since I posted, and it felt like it's been too long already. So I'm trying to keep the pace. I'm trying to bring it to the next level in 2020, and I need models, man. I need to continue to get you guys to sit in your boys' chairs so I can continue to make this content. So hit me up if you're interested in being a model, whether you're in Tampa or you're gonna be any of at the shows that I'll be at. So right now we're starting off with a number 3 all the way around, and we're making sure it's nice and even. And you notice I'm using my left hand to kind of hold that long hair that's on top and kind of keep it away from maybe unnecessarily cutting down some hair that doesn't belong on the sides, right? So here I'm lowering down the front area because it's already cut down. He lines it up and he probably gets, I don't know, some braids or something, or just ties it up in a knot. So we need to lower that down so when we go to line it up, it'll be as crispy as possible. So at this point, we're going ahead and we're gonna start to take this initial guideline out. We're gonna bald it out and prepare it for a blurry high taper. And like always, I always start off my lowest point with that shaver. It is not even an option in my opinion. And especially if you work in a salon and you're a stylist and you want to get into man's cuts, that's one of the biggest defining factors. Cosmetologists, get you a shaver. You might not be able to use the razor, but the shaver is amazing, so get you one. It's a necessity. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're taking out this bottom line, and as we're going up, we're opening the lever little by little, trying to create a nice transition. And shout out to my cousin Tito for this beat. Link is in the description. I'm using the Babyliss Gold FXs, and wait till you see the heat that I got coming soon. I got some nice clippers and trimmers coming soon. I can't wait to show you guys, especially I'm definitely gonna vlog ISSC because there's gonna be some things going down I want to share with you guys. So we have the number 1 open, then number closed. Now we're using our half guard to just kind of bring everything together, and you can see that this blend has started. That this is where the magic is happening when we start using in this half guard. And so like a lot of people be like bragging about how they don't need a half guard, they don't need this, they use only clippers and a comb. Who cares? As long as you're being efficient and you're producing a quality finished product, to me that's what matters, and that's what matters most to your customer. Your customers don't care if you're only using a comb and a clipper to do your tapers. Use the tools, use technology that's out there, man. Don't get left behind in the dust. I'm just saying, stay up on your tools, guys. Stay up on your education. Stay up on all that, on your finances too. So anyways, we're using our 1.5 guard now. We're blending down from the 2 we just used on the sides, and after this 1.5 guard, we are going to use our 1 open, and that's going to do the majority of the high taper. We will go detail it a little bit later, but you know, for the most part, you're really going to finish off the taper after this 1.5 guard, once we do exactly what we're doing right here with that 1 guard open. And as always, guys, that color guide on the bottom left corner is available if you're getting lost, or if I go on a rant and I forget to tell you guys what guard I'm using. So here I'm just using the half guard, and because of the way his hair is growing behind the ear, see how it's kind of growing back? It's really hard to make that look, you know, blended the same way here by the edge up looks, right? So you have to detail. And make sure you're going against the grain. Turn your clipper to, you know, against the direction of that hair growth. So we lined it up. We went back and just cleaned up some much. I'm just trying to make that blend, you know, as clean as possible before I move on. And now we're gonna blend in the beard. Gotta blend in the beard. So this guy right here, he's a barber student, and he's a local barber student, probably like 40 minutes away. So shout out to him. He came from Benet's Barber School, so shout out to Benet's Barber School as well. All right, so same steps, blade open, and now we'll start taking out that bottom line. You know, you can blend down, you can blend up, but you're going closed and then opening as you know, as the further you go up to create a transition. That's the beauty of having a lever. Now, had a hiccup, wasn't recording some of this taper, but I'm still going through the steps. I went back and decided I'm still gonna go through the steps. So the next step was that one open, then one close. Now it's this half guard. Now again, it's already blended, but I'm going through the steps again because I felt bad. So now this is the last guard. It's a 2 open, then it'll be a 2 close. Here, what I'm doing, because it looks so dark behind the ear, is I'm running that 2 close behind the ear as well. Last step is that 1.5 guard, and that's gonna bring everything together. But like on the temple when we did the taper there, remember I followed it up with that number 1 open, and then that really finished off the cut. I mean the taper, like so. All right, so now we're using the half guard. And we're gonna do the same steps on this side, so I'm gonna stay quiet and let you guys follow along with the color guide. And on this side, it's interesting because he has a similar hair growth pattern. I don't know if you guys know this. Sorry, Fonz was just FaceTiming me. I don't know if you guys heard that. Damn it, Fonz. Shout out to my boy Fonz, by the way. He been dropping tutorials lately, out of his comfort zone. But yeah, like I was saying, it has a similar hair growth pattern on this side actually, and that's very rare. So this is something I wanted to point out. If you get a chance, if you want to go back and look at the difference in hair growth patterns, it's very similar on both sides. That's very rare. All right, so 1.5 guide, and you already know after the 1.5 guide, we gotta go back to that 1 open and clean things up. Now with the high taper, you know, as you guys notice, I do try to get that trimmer to take out as much stubble around the C-cup area as possible. And to me, sometimes a high taper looks a lot higher than it really is. And it's not until you put that line up on it that it actually almost kind of like comes together, right? And then sometimes what you think is a high taper, when you line it up, it's actually lower than you thought. So it's important to line it up and make sure everything is everything, right? Because our eyes, by human nature, sometimes will play tricks on us, and lighting ain't the same. Certain ways your chair is spun. So it's really good to line them up and see how that taper is coming together. Don't be afraid to go back in detail after you put the line, like I'm doing right here, and just make sure that your client's receiving the service they deserve. You feel me? So now, like we do with everything else, you see I'm cleaning things up with that shaver again. And one of the things I recommended to him on his beard, he definitely went up, I feel like, too high on the neckline. And when your beard kind of grows a little consistently like mine does, for example, it looks much fuller if you line it up lower on the neckline. So you'll see I actually coached him into growing that out some. I'm gonna try to blend the hair he has now on his beard, because he didn't want to cut it down, but I'm gonna try to at least blend it in a little bit, so that as the bottom of his beard is growing back and catching up, it starts to kind of blend together, right? Come together. So we're lining up his hairline, and like I said, we brought that down to like a 1.5, just so we can line it up better. We don't want it to look like hair is like sticking out and poofing up, right? And you guys can see exactly how low I kept it, and I feel like if that was all grown out and even together, it's gonna look better. Let me know in the comments if you agree. All right, so let's enhance the cut now, get it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? We already gave him a sharp lineup, but we want this thing to pop. We want people to turn. We want people to pay attention. We want to start getting, people asking, where did you get your cut, bro? Check him out. He's my barber. He's on YouTube. Get some subscribers out of it. Get some YouTube haircuts out of it. Get some tutorials out of it. You know what I mean? And so I just lightly kind of overspray over on the neckline. I'm gonna fill in the beard just a bit, not too much, just to make it look a little bit more connected to the length on his cheekbones or his jawline, and yeah, enhancing the hairline and everything. Like I always tell you guys, I kind of pull the trigger. I don't do it like a constant spray. I'm kind of tapping at the trigger, and I'm moving the card to make sure it's not looking too dark. And then, once you put the razor on it, that's what's gonna get it to pop the most. What looks a little too light on the beard is actually gonna look darker once you put that razor on it. And I'm still detailing. I'm still going in and trying to refine my cut and make sure it looks good. And people have been asking in the comment sections, how long do these cuts take you? Obviously, if I'm recording, it takes me like an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes, because I'm constantly making sure the angles are right, the camera's in focus, I'm not blocking anything. That adds up. But you guys seen the every haircut challenge. If I'm in the shop, if I'm in my zone, and not having to worry about recording anything, I do 30-minute appointments, 45-minute appointments with the beard. That's my schedule. That's what it's been for my whole career, for 10 years. When I first started, I was slow, and it was hard for me to keep up. And even, as I became more efficient, I was doing 20 haircuts a day, I would fall behind. I wasn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, even when I was doing 100 haircuts a week, I was still recording content, editing content, and uploading on YouTube. I've been running on YouTube for 5 years now, almost. And so the grind has been crazy. But yeah, that's how long it takes me typically to do a haircut if I'm not recording. It's rolled to 500K. It's been almost 5 years. We gotta get to 500K, 100K a year. Come on. You know, like it's possible. Let's see what happens this year. Let's see if we can snowball a little bit. Let's see if we can put in the work, put in the uploads, and get some consistent growth. And let's see if we can double up on these numbers and get to 500K in 2020. So we're using the technique that Get Beamed, my bro, my brother, bro. Like that's my guy. That's just so y'all know, like. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I be getting excited to go to shows and be able to hang out with him and stuff. But he taught me this technique. And yo, I used to kind of hate on this. I ain't gonna lie, I used to kind of not hate, but sleep on this. Cause I used to think to myself, why would customers want that? And they do. You know what I'm saying? Like people want to feel good, even if this illusion with this pencil only lasts a day, that's one day more than never, right? And so for that one day, they could feel like $1 million, like HD, like the crispiest lineup. People love that, and for that reason alone, you can build your demand. Because guess what? If they come to me, they gonna look like this one day more than they came than if they go to a barber who won't do it at all. You feel me? And so, like everything grows back. All these haircuts are temporary. You know, whether it lasts a taper or a lineup lasts somebody 2-3 days, and there are customers that, you know, they'll have a lineup and it grows back in a day. You know what I'm saying? Should they stop getting haircuts then? That's crazy to me. So, you know, I learned, man. I had to open my mind, and I have customers that literally ask for this effect. So shout out to Get Beamed for opening my eyes. And yeah, eyebrows too. Yo, like 9 out of 10 when I was going strong in the shop, like 9 out of 10 clients get their eyebrows done. And guys, look, this is the before, look at the after. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. The taper, I feel like, came out really nice. I feel like it's a blurry one. You let me know in the comments what you think. This side to me came out dope too. And yeah, we just gonna keep uploading almost daily content. Let's hear what he thinks. All right, bro, how you liking the cut?
Fire, bro.
Fire.
Dope.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in.
You know.
Just in case, you guys already know the comment section. You didn't clean up his neck. I'm cleaning up his neck, guys. All right. Guys, real quick, before you go watch one of my other videos or you hit the subscribe button, I want to let you guys know I do need models. So if you want to get your hair cut, if you're in Tampa or if you're going to ISSC or any show that I'll be attending this year, come to the booth, let your boy know you'd like a haircut, and I will cut your hair for free. Let's go.